Hello everyone, Mark here, Mark's Max Muscle, and we are yet again taking a look at Nicholas Walker. I am answering your guys' calls. It is almost as if you guys cannot get enough of Nick Walker. Message after message and comment after comment. Nick Walker versus Big Rammy, Nick Walker versus Ian Valliere versus Flex James Lewis. And I noticed this one here was a very popular request versus Flex James Lewis. And I gotta say, guys, might not be the most fair comparison in the world, might not be the most competitive or the best for that matter. Flex James Lewis, guys, 2018. Sure, he's bulking up now. He's going to be in the open class. Hopefully, fingers crossed, 2021 Olympia. But here he's only 212 pounds, guys. And he's going against an open class, a very good open class competitor, Nick Walker. So, judging by this shot here, really, Flex James Lewis does not stand much of a chance. Now, I'll probably get some criticism the way I size these guys. Flex James Lewis, he is a little bit shorter than Nick Walker. He's about 5'5" and a half. You gotta throw that half in there, guys. Nick, about 5'7". So he's an inch and a half taller, but if you'll notice, Nick Walker bends at the knees quite substantially, and Flex Lewis stands very, very straight. So I don't want to hear any comments saying that, Flex is shorter. What are you doing making him taller? It's a phenomenon, guys. Bend at the knees. Try it. Try it. Makes you shorter. But anyway, guys, very, very obvious of the winner in this. But think about it, guys. Not the best pose for Flex Lewis. Go to the front lat spread. And really, Lewis might not have the best front double or the front lat. So he's a kind of a slow starter. Maybe like a Tom Platz. I don't want to compare them two guys. But either way, you know what I'm saying. And in the front lat spread, really, this might not be the best Nick Walker pose either. It's actually much more aesthetically pleasing, I would believe, for a Flex Lewis in this one. But look at the monster, guys. He is a mutate. He is a beast. He is the mutant Nick Walker. And he is dominant against this 212 athlete. Now turn to the side. And Nick Walker, he should have, maybe a heads up. I know he probably hates these type of videos, What does this guy know about bodybuilding? He shouldn't even be doing videos. But I speak the truth. And Nick Walker, he's not weak from the side by any means, but he's vulnerable. He's a little bit vulnerable from the side. You can see the detail of Flex James Lewis. I personally would give him an edge. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. This is by no means a dominant victory. I mean, Nick Walker, he is still a house compared to Flex James Lewis. Twice the size. It's just that the finery details of Flex Lewis, man, oh man, look at the glutes from the side. Very, very impressive. Now switch over to the hoo-ha pose position, the hoo-ha pose, and Nick Walker, he pretty much takes back, if he was losing at all in the side chest, he's taking it back here. You can see his midsection looks much more trim than Flex Lewis's. You see that? So he may have a better midsection, which is incredible, considering this is a 212 versus a open class competitor. And the legs, and this time, see, sizing is difficult with these two dudes. You can see Flex Lewis, even his toes are just tippy-toeing his close foot, his close leg. So it's hard to size them. I could have even stood to make him even bigger, but I didn't want to hear you guys complain that I made him too tall. Obviously, he is shorter. They stood back to back, straight-legged to Nick Walker. But anyway, guys, go to the side tricep, because this is the one that counts. The hoo-ha pose, not even on Mark's Max Muscles channel, is a mandatory shot. And this is a Nick Walker game altogether. And like I said, whatever ground he was losing, if he was losing in the side chest, which is still debatable, definitely getting it back in the side tricep. I don't understand. I don't understand. Flex Lewis, why he hits the shot like this. It's just not a good pose for him whatsoever. There's a couple like that. But when you turn to the back shots, these definitely not resembling that remark at all for Flex Lewis. His back is unreal. And you can see, once again, guys, I don't need to go through that explanation every time, but he is a little taller than Nick Walker here. Nick in the back shots, he really bends at the knees, creates a lot of thickness in his hamstrings as well, and the quads, Thick, thick, thick. He is thick, Nick. A lot bigger, a lot wider probably than Flex James Lewis. But, like I said earlier, that finery detail. Look at those glutes. Have you ever seen such a set of striated glutes that Flex Lewis possesses? The man is in tip-top condition. And arguably, and for a detail enthusiast like myself, arguably he is winning this shot. That's crazy when you think about it. Go to the rear double bicep. See if we can get any ground here. And this is basically the same thing on a much smaller package, mind you. Silhouette for silhouette, Nick Walker's just destroying. He's running all over Lennox Lewis. But you can see Lewis has those glutes. And yes, I know I said Lennox Lewis. I was just joking. You can see they're both from London, I do believe. Anyway, the glutes, the condition of Flex Lewis, it's unbelievable. And like I said, yes, he is much smaller. But he is going for the open class, and it would be very interesting. Have you guys heard of Photoshop Freelancer? Photoshop Freelance? He made the supersized Andreas Munzer, Lee Haney. Why couldn't we do that with Flex Lewis? Gives me an idea. Might be doing a rematch between these two. Anyway, guys, it's debatable. Might be, but I like Flex in the back shots. Is it enough? Is the conditioning edge enough to win the whole match with the conditioning? Well, I don't know. Turn around. Abs and thigh. And take the conditioning all you want, guys, in the glutes. Look at the abs. Ab for ab. It almost appears that Flex Lewis's abs, they just don't look like they're contest ready. I don't know if it's just a genetic thing. Could be. Photoshop Freelancer. Let's switch their abs. There's an idea. Look at that. Little too smooth, gorilla. Little too smooth, monsoon. For Nick Walker's abs. Can you imagine saying that? Now, switch them back because this is the way it is. You know, God handed out these genetic goodies and favors. It was handed out by the cosmos. You don't just train and get the best abs, big, thick, blocky abs like Nick Walker has. You got to be born with them, and you got to train. I'm sure Flex Lewis has a good ab regiment, but it just does not translate well. So, yes, Lewis was winning in the glutes. He's better conditioned. But altogether from the front shots, he does not resemble that. And Nick Walker is in much better condition. Go to the most muscular. And like I said, sizing these guys, very difficult venture. I don't envy any other YouTubers that are going to make this matchup because it is a little bit confusing. One guy's shorter, you're making him taller. But that's just the way it is. It is the way it is. And hopefully at the Olympia, knock on wood, we get to see these two dudes stand next to each other, and maybe I'll prove myself right by, I'll gauge the sizes of the two, and I'll be able to say to you guys, see, that's how they were sized together. Now Lex bends a little bit for this one. Still straight kneed though, still straight legged. This is a more fair comparison. Add 20 pounds to this Flex Lewis, I'd have no problem giving him the victory. But that's not the way it is, guys. That's not the way it is. Here is your winner. This is a fairly quick, easy win, I think, for Nick Walker. With all due respect to Flex Lewis. Because, like I said, he was more conditioned. So throw some more size in there. Clean up those abs a little bit, and it would be much more of a battle. I could even see a victory, considering he probably can get in better condition. The glutes, hamstrings, things of that nature. Anyway, guys, that is your Nick Walker comparison of the day, and I know I'm going to get many more requests for Nick Walker matchups, but I like to try to at least throw a different type of comparison in between. So look forward to a different matchup, at least one more after this one, without Nick Walker. Anyway, guys, that's it. Subscribe to the channel. Have a great day.